Hey everybody, yeah, kind of an interesting day last Saturday. Came up here to Cowan to go speak to a gentleman at a welding shop that had my red stripe. Came up to this intersection, waited for some people to go by. They're coming south when I'm going to the left, across the lanes of travel. Waited till everything was clear, pulled out and suddenly find a motorbike 50, not even 50 feet away, doing at least about 15, 20 miles an hour. Fortunately, he didn't see me. I didn't see him. I don't know where he even came from because it was clear. He may have pulled out behind the vehicle as he was driving. The people ride the shoulder here. They'll ride this shoulder lane, and they'll just run right along here, and then they get to a vehicle, they'll jump out to go around and back in again. Now, where I actually encountered him, where that's my red stripe. Okay, and I was turning here and going up that way. And where I saw him was literally about where that gentleman is standing. And what I did is I very quickly, as I turned, I saw him, and then I turned again because if I didn't, he would have broadsided me, and that would have been very bad for them. And bad for me as well, so I figured make it a glancing blow. Wrong button. Unfortunately, that's a blue Chariot, just like I was driving. When he hit me, my bike spun halfway around and then flipped on its side. And you can see it. Oh, there it is. Along this right here. I had much trouble seeing my camera when I did that. And luckily, I survived without big incident. And luckily as well, him and his wife survived quite well. The incident played out where the barangay, or actually the police came, which they didn't ever even ask me for paperwork. They basically were wanting to know, do I want to make a report? Or create an incident or an incident sheet, whatever, make a report. And I said, no, the guy didn't speak any English. I'm actually out here. There's dozens of people all walking around out here. We were out right here on this here. He had parked his bike here. My Chariot was here, and then some guys lifted it up and we brought it down. As I'm laying in the bike, I'm kind of like gathering my thoughts. Thank God nothing got pinned. And I'm literally like maybe 10-15 seconds, and I'm kind of gathering my thoughts. Next thing I know, somebody's trying to pick up the bike. I'm still under it, and I'm screaming, no, 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 you know, like, let me climb the hell out first. When finally I start screaming Dealey, which is no in Visaya, and they finally stopped, and I climbed out and we flipped it up. But I'd rather, if they'd have dropped it when they were halfway up, it might have fucked me out. Well, excuse my language, but cuss a bit. Sorry about that, folks. But we entered under this because it was shady over here. It was about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. About this time, it was Saturday. It's Monday. And where it all played out, where the guy's front tire was flat, his headlight mounting was all smashed to shit, and him and his wife had some cuts and bruises. And me, I had cuts and bruises. My top of my trike got damaged a little bit. The mirror got smashed. And my one headlight's loose. I gotta fix it from the sudden jar. Bracket got stretched out a little bit, but nothing major. And it all worked out where I bought him a new tire. I bought them a watch for them when they come through the ambulances, because they rip through where they should be slowing down enough because they think people see them. A lot of times you can't even hear that siren. You literally can't hear it. I've had that where the thing was right next to me, and that's when I could hear the siren. They don't have very good sirens like they do in the U.S. Sometimes they do, very rarely. And a lot of times they run around without the damn siren on, and they'll drive like freaking lunatics. Again, with a cuss. Sorry about that. But I basically bought him a new tire. It was 500 pesos. We rolled the bike just up the road there and had him put a new tire on it, new tube in it. And I ended up the guy at the repair shop, not just a tire shop. And he said it would be 2,500. They always go like 2.5. They don't say 2,500. They'll say 2.5 or 1.5, whatever. At any rate, they oh, maybe the bank people are here. I might be able. There is a camera here. It's here, and I don't think a camera here would see past this curtain which they have up to see there. But I will ask. If I can find video of it, I'll post it, but I don't think there's any video. But at any rate, it ended up at the end of it all. The whole thing cost me $3K plus the repairs of my bike. And God, no major damage on anybody's part other than road rash. Pretty much like what you saw on my shoulder and my leg. I've had a lot worse. I hit a deer in America at like 70, 80 mile an hour on a KT 1000 years ago. Shot me off like a catapult. I'm dressed about as good as I am now. And that bullshit Western pants and a white snap closed t-shirt or shirt. I was at a family reunion and turning down alcohol all night. And then end up going out and crashing anyway without alcohol. Hit a deer. What am I going to do? There's a lot of PTSD from that one for a while. But that's how it is in the Philippines when it comes to a crash. You can end up in a bad place real quick, or just plain get bloody lucky like I did. And I've had a bit of PTSD seeing that bike come at me and that bike slamming down on the ground. Of course, my first thoughts once it hit the ground was not about my bike. It was not about me, because I knew I was fine. My God, I hope there's not a child in that bike. A lot of children are on bikes here with no helmets. And I was just, and thank God my daughter wanted to come with me that morning, and I turned her down. And I'm glad I did that as well. So I got lucky on a couple of fronts. Really lucky, especially for her in the back. She would have got thrown across and then slammed down, where I just sort of tipped over like I was kicked over in a chair. And the bike made a little not even a quarter turn on the concrete, which is what gave me the road rash. And like I said, I'm a little out of sorts still thinking about it. But you have to watch 1,000 times more than what you do in the United States. Because not only are they a bunch of crazy drivers, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of motorbikes. It's sort of like picture yourself, if you're in a car or like a trike, as like a larger stick floating down a creek. Floating down the creek with you is the occasional log, but the bulk of it are leaves. And that's what the bikes are here. And they just come out of nowhere. I'm in a river, they're all going in the same direction. Here they're going in every direction. And the best analogy I can give you, look up a game called Asteroids. And you'll find it, you can get it on an app for your phone, one of the original video games, where you play a little spaceship in the middle of a field of boulders. And as you shoot the boulders, they break up, and as they get smaller, they go faster, and they start coming faster and faster and faster, and your ship gets crushed. I don't like that here. It's like playing a game of Asteroids when you're out there driving around. Well, I've ranted on for almost 9 minutes now. Let me at least walk out here a little bit and get the intersection. And you'll be able to see where I was. Let me walk across right where I was parked before I pulled out. I was thinking in the market here there'd be security cameras, but they're inside where only the cops. I gotta be careful to try and even walk across. I won't even be able to stay there for more than a second. But I was basically here and then turned in here. And there's broken glass from my mirror right there. You can see like the way this jeepney's parked here right now. If somebody's driving along behind that jeepney, and then they jump out to get around it. Yeah, you see how they're coming up behind the jeepney, and then they'll just jump out to go around it. And they'll come down through here. See how close he is? It's very common how close they're driving to a vehicle in front of them. They just tailgate constantly. Oh man, the exhaust smell from that jeepney. Some of the vehicles here are absolutely terrible, but I saw the guy when he was probably, maybe he was here, right here in front of this Marlboro sign roughly. And you can see where my trike is, not very far. And I was really hoping I'd see all this shit. They just put this big teleprompter sign up here and was praying to see video cameras like up there, but they don't have them like they would in the US. Well, they did. But I would love to show you guys what happened. Luckily I did. The whole thing's done. Feeling very bad about the blazing. It's all my fault, really. Regardless of what he was doing, it was my fault. So there you go, folks. Welcome to the Philippines.
Hello.
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 Have a good one, everyone.